Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce's shocked reactions to Taylor Swift's surprise visit to the New Heights podcast studio on Wednesday, February 12th. Travis Kelce leaned back in his chair, laughing heartily as Jason told a funny story about their early football days. The New Heights podcast studio was in a relaxed mood, with the brothers discussing the weekend's games and NFL gossip. Neither of them expected that, in just a few seconds, an unexpected event would cause the entire studio to erupt in excitement. When the studio door suddenly opened, Jason Kelce, who is known for his humor but also for being extremely loud, suddenly fell silent. Travis's eyes widened almost in disbelief at what was happening before him. Entering the room was none other than Taylor Swift, dressed in a loose sweater and casual jeans, smiling widely. "Wow, I can't believe it," Jason was the first to react. He stood up, rubbing his eyes as if he were dreaming. "Taylor Swift just walked into our studio?" Travis, who was usually the calmer one in these situations, couldn't hide his confusion. He laughed, scratching his head awkwardly. "Wow, you didn't tell me anything, Jason." Taylor laughed, moving closer to the two brothers. "It's not Jason's fault. I planned it myself. I wanted to surprise him a little." The atmosphere in the room quickly became more lively than ever. Jason pulled out a chair for Taylor, enthusiastically inviting her to join him for a podcast segment. "This might be a historic moment for New Heights. Should I rename this episode Taylor Takes Over?" Taylor laughed loudly, while Travis just sat there looking at his girlfriend with a mixture of surprise and pride. The three of them laughed and joked throughout the recording, talking about music, football, and behind-the-scenes stories that no one knew about. The podcast ends with Jason joking, "Maybe we'll have another surprise next week. Who knows? Maybe Beyoncé." Taylor laughs, while Travis shakes his head, exclaiming, "Nobody can predict anything in New Heights." In the Kelce brothers' new podcast, an emotional moment occurred when Jason Kelce could not contain his emotions after hearing his younger brother, Travis Kelce, share for the first time about proposing to Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce, with a bright smile, sat in the studio wearing a graphic hoodie and a backward hat, seemingly extremely happy when talking about this important event in his life. He could not hide his joy when recounting the important moment with Taylor Swift, one of the most famous artists in the world. Jason said, "Okay, Travis, tell me the truth. How much did you spend on that ring?" Travis smiled proudly. How should I say it? It was worth it for her." Jason said, "Oh, what? What size diamond? What style is it?" Travis scratched his head, awkwardly looked down, and smiled. "You know, I spent a lot of time choosing this ring. I wanted it to not only be beautiful, but also have meaning for Taylor." Jason was silent for a moment, his eyes gradually becoming more serious when he saw that his brother was really emotional. Jason's voice lowered and said, "So, what's so special about it?" Travis smiled slightly, eyes sparkling. "I chose a vintage diamond because Taylor loves things that are classic and have their own story, and I also engraved a small symbol inside the ring only the two of us would understand." Jason stared at Travis, then took a deep breath. He blinked a few times as if trying to hold back tears. Jason's voice choked up and he couldn't speak. "Damn, it's definitely AT&T, right?" Travis laughed, but when he saw that his brother was really emotional, his smile softened. Travis said, "You know, this should have a worthy ending. Taylor, she's very sincere, and I can't let her down." Jason bowed his head, put his hand on the bridge of his nose, trying to calm down. A second later, he looked up, his eyes filled with pride. Jason said in a trembling voice, "Oh, that's great. Congratulations. That's what I've been waiting for all this time. Well, it's finally come true." The two were silent for a moment. Then Jason quickly regained his composure, slapping his hands on the table. Jason said, smiling mischievously, wiping his eyes, "Okay, so now we're going to let Taylor write a song about that ring." Travis chuckled and said, "Who knows? Taylor, she's definitely not going to like this." Then the two Kelce brothers laughed, happily. "Hey, Travis, I heard you had a really special experience in the studio recently, right?" Jason said with a sly smile, making Travis laugh awkwardly. "Oh my God, no way. How did you know that?" Travis scratched his head, looking confused. Jason immediately raised his eyebrows, looking amused. So that's true. Don't tell me you rapped on Taylor's new album. Travis laughed, shaking his head. No. I never thought Taylor wanted that to happen. But maybe I did. A little, in a way. Travis's vague statement made Jason even more curious. What do you mean by a little? So what role do you play in Taylor's upcoming album? Travis laughed, but still didn't reveal too much. Oh, this is really a secret. After the album is released, you and the audience will hear a very, very familiar sound in my matches. Jason immediately reacted like a true fan. I swear, if Taylor lets you be a backup singer or read lyrics on the album, I will go crazy. Travis was excited and said, Okay guys, I know you've been waiting to hear this. I had the opportunity to go into the studio with Taylor, and I attended the meeting. With the members of the album production team, Jason's eyes immediately widened. He leaned back in his chair and laughed loudly. Oh no, I can't believe it's true. Can you explain more, Travis? Travis laughed, shaking his head. No. I just stood outside watching her write and record. I have to say it's crazy. Taylor is a genius, you know? The way she writes lyrics, the way she arranges every melody, every drum beat, everything is so calculated. Jason laughed even harder, slamming his hand on the table. So, have you tried singing, or are you just standing there admiring like, a crazy fan? Travis shrugged, feigning mystery. You know, I might have tried a few lines. Jason gasped, jumping up from his chair. Oh my God, don't tell me there's a song called Travis Kelce, Taylor's version. However, fans noticed the reaction of Jason Kelce, Travis's older brother, who has always been known for his strong and somewhat humorous image. When hearing his younger brother talk about his love, Jason initially tried to stay calm, but his eyes gradually turned red. In an emotional moment, Jason put his hands on his face, trying to stop the tears from falling. More than just a brother, Jason Kelce has always played the role of a mentor and close companion to Travis. Swift and Kelce took a private vacation, together soon after the NFL season ended, but were never spotted together once returning to American soil. However, Duma posted a video on Instagram of the two heading to a car in Park City, Utah on Monday. In the video, Kelce can be seen holding a car door open for Swift. Once she got in the car, Kelce climbed in behind her. The Super Bowl was absolutely devastating for Kelce as the Philadelphia Eagles crushed the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22. Despite considering retirement after that loss, Kelce is going to play his final season in the NFL in 2025. I think the biggest thing is that I love playing the game of football, he said on the New Heights podcast. I love playing. I still feel like I can play it at a high level, and possibly at a higher level than I did last year. I don't think it was my best outing. I think I let my guys down in a lot more moments than I helped them, especially if you look at my track record and how I've been in years past. I want to give it a good run. I got a bad taste in my mouth in how I ended last year, and how well I was playing and how accountable I was to the people around me. I love so many people in Kansas City, both in that facility and in the community. And it's home for me now. I don't want to leave that life yet. I put in a lot of hard work, and I put in a lot of focus into being the best that I can for KC. Last year, it didn't end well for us. I just feel like there's a responsibility in me to play out the contract that I initially signed to give Kansas City and the Chiefs organization everything that I've got. And that's what I'm going to do, man. One of the reasons Kelce might be ready to keep playing is his strong support from Swift. I'm enjoying all aspects of life, he said. I couldn't be happier to have that confidence and that comfort off the field and all the support I could ever ask for in the stadium.